Alright guys, this is a project I did over the winter. It's an 02 883 Sportster. Basically the idea behind it was that there'd be no welding. A friend of mine said that wouldn't it be cool if you could just do enough mods to a bike to bolt everything on. So that's what I did, is that everything I needed to do is as extreme as I wanted, but only did bolt-on modifications. I didn't do any welding. So I'll kind of take you through it. First thing, you can see the tank has been lifted like everyone else's. The only difference is these brackets here I just lifted the tank up as much as it could go, and then made my marks, and then drilled out of just raw sheet metal, and then painted it myself, and then threw them on there. You can look at over top of the tank. I actually have clearance on either side. And get this out of the way. You can see it doesn't hit the frame, so I just spaced it just right so that it would work out for me. So you see this wire here, this is coming out of my handlebars for my brake switch on my hand controls. The bar is a 28-inch bar with I think 4.5 inches of pullback. Got that from JMP, as well as the hand grips, which are Arlen Ness with the engraved on the side. That was a little nice flair to it. And then the J-Brake Classic controls there, and then there's the clutch right there. The headlight, it's just basically a generic chopper style headlight, except I modified it so, as you can see, there is a switch in my high beam and my neutral indicator. I'll turn the power onto the bike so you can see it's in neutral now. My high beam doesn't work at the moment because I burned it out with a mistake, we'll just put it that way. But it works just fine with the toggle switch. Let's see, on the front end, not really any modifications. I just took the front fender off. Stock rims. The air intake is an Arlen Ness Big Sucker. And that, as you can see, I've gone with Sikpipes. These are the diesels. Had them wrapped in their black ceramic coated. I think they're great. They sound awesome, and I'll let you hear in a second. If you're going to put these on with the Big Sucker, you're going to need to rejet your carb like I did. I'm still tuning it, but leaving it stock and putting all this on there, it's going to run like crap. You're going to have a lot of popping. Took everything off down here, as you can see. The good thing about my foot controls is it has a master cylinder already on them, and so I was able to free all this up back here and just keep it kind of open. Let's see, the struts here, these are built well, solid struts, they're 10-inch. And what I did back here is I actually just cut the frame rails, as you can see, on either side, right here and over here, and just cut them right off. And for the seat, it's funny and kind of ghetto, but it's just a generic Springer seat bracket right here, the whole arm. All I did was I just drilled and tapped right into the top of the frame, as you can see right here. Very simple. I just measured what I needed for clearance, drilled into it far enough for the screw, and then just tapped it so that it was the right thread, screwed it right on. And then for the rear of the seat, it's actually kind of funny because the frame has these natural crevices kind of into the frame here, and so I actually just measured the width of this and then drilled in almost all the way to the end, and then threaded it, and then made these little L-shaped brackets here. And then I just drilled in, tapped it, and then put screws in it, and then put screws in the bottom and mounted it that way. Now I've only got 3-inch springs on it, and so the height isn't that great, and they're not exactly the best position because they're supposed to be a little forward, so I push down on it. I can have a tendency to want to lean forward a little bit, but you know, like I said, bolt on without welding it, and I had to leave a little bit of room here for clearance so the spring wouldn't hit, so I can only leave them so far forward. But it works out okay, I'm not complaining. The rear brake, I went with the classic style. I got this from JP as well. I think it was like $100. Pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with it. Basically, as you come to this side, you'll see a few weird things. This right here, my coil, as I wanted to open this up and didn't want to change my coil, and I'm trying to be all cheap, I actually just mounted the coil to the battery cover right here. As you can see, there's 2 bolts right there. There you go. 2 bolts holding the coil to the battery cover, and then just ran it that way. So I was pretty pleased with cheaping out that way. The biggest thing is, as you notice on the other side, I don't have an ignition switch or lock. I actually just have this little guy down here. That is my power. That is my ignition. That is everything. When I flick it, bike is on. As you can see with the light over there, off, on. And on this side, I have my start button right here. It's the push button start solenoid. Got that from JP as well. Cheap is the cheapest one they have. Works pretty good. Everyone's been complaining about how they have to rerun new oil lines and everything, but I just tucked it under and moved this one to the side, and I haven't had any problems whatsoever. So I have no idea what everyone's talking about, saying that it doesn't fit, because they said the plunger is way too long and you have to change out your oil lines and they have to be longer and you have to route them everywhere crazy. I didn't do that. So let's see what else. Go back to the other side. Talk about the foot controls a little bit. The foot controls, they don't really have a brand name. Again, it's JMP Cycles. It's the only foot controls I found for the 96 to 03 Sportster that were forward controls that were also stretched out more forward, and they were the cheapest. And the set is actually really nice, really easy to put on, just 2 bolts on either side. This one, it comes with everything. It comes with the new arm here, it comes with your rod, it comes with every bolt and every washer that you need to install them on the bike. So definitely worth buying for people who want to stretch out the older Sportster a little bit. So yeah, I can't think of anything else that was really done to it that was modified. It's pretty much seen it all. As you can see, I'll come around here and you can kind of see the stance of the bike, and there it is. Let's get down a little bit. So I have no fenders on it at the moment, because I'm trying to decide if I want to put fenders on it. If I do, I'm thinking about changing to a chain setup on the rear, and then go with a 180 tire, because the 180 will fit in there. I just haven't gotten around to it, so just leaving it kind of raw at the moment. Obviously I don't ride it when it's wet out because I'd get drenched either way. So, but I'm going to put the camera down and give it a start up so you guys can hear what it sounds like. So I'm actually going to put the camera a little bit further back because it's pretty noisy, but it sounds good in my opinion. Let's see if I can find a good spot for the camera. All right. Alright, so for the guys who want to know what the Sikpipes sound like on an 883 Sportster, that's what it sounds like. I'm sure going to get some position questions about how it seats or how I fit on it. I guess I'll put the camera back down and show you. I'm 6'3", so I'm a little on the tall side, but I'll show you how it flows if I can get a good spot. Apologize for the camera moving around, but again, I guess I'm going for this. Again, I apologize for the shifting around. Didn't really prepare very well, apparently. There we go. Okay. All right, so you can see me sitting on it. So I'm 6'3". You can see my legs are actually pretty stretched out. So it's pretty comfortable. My arms are stretched out. If you'd like to hunch over and be a little bit more comfortable to absorb the blows, that works too. But that's the riding position. I'm pretty pleased with it again, being a short bike. So all right, there you have it, guys. It's a 0283 Sportster, everything bolt on. If you have any questions, leave some comments. But yeah, that's what you get for spending under $4 grand for an entire build in your garage over the winter.